Hey, les bon temps roulé, les bon temps roulé. It was Fat Tuesday. It was Mardi Gras this past Tuesday here in New Orleans, February the 13th. Hello, see my bees. It's one of my biggest accomplishments that I've received. There's one that's much bigger and longer, but I just wanted to show y'all that little something, something. See our little fleur-de-lis? Hey, hey, hey. I am Trina. This is the Anointed to Dance TikTok page. And the purpose of this page is to assist all liturgical dancers and praise dancers in bringing their dance ministry to another level in God and for God. If I can help somebody as I travel along, then my living shall not be in vain. And I pray that I am helping someone thus far, help someone thus far. And I pray that I will continue to help someone out here, out there in the world, in the universe. If there may be any other people out there in the universe, and bringing their ministry to another level in God. I pray that I am helping many of you with scriptural references, words of wisdom, great recommendations and suggestions, along with the guests I've had thus far. And if you miss any of my videos prior to this one, I encourage you to go to my TikTok page and view the other videos. Or you can click on the link at the top, the YouTube link at the top, and look at the other videos in their entirety as one video, as opposed to on the TikTok page, you will see them in parts, whether 3 parts or 4 parts. It all depends. So, if you are a dancer or a dance ministry leader and you would like to hear certain topics discussed on this page, let me know. If there are any dance videos you would like for me to view and provide my comments and feedback, let me know as well by DMing me or typing something in the comment box. Look, I'm still in a good mood. Yeah. See, I got my little Mardi Gras mood. I'm still in a good mood. This Friday. Hello, hallelujah. Friday, should I say. It's Friday. And I hope you all are having a great one. And I pray that you all have a wonderful weekend. All right. So last week we talked about passing the mantle for those ministry leaders. In particular, we're referencing them. Of course, we're talking about other leaders in different positions, whether in the church or outside the church. Sometimes it's time to pass the mantle before you get old and wrinkled and then you can't see and you can't walk and you got a hump in your back, before you decide to move over and let somebody take. Okay. All right. So that was last week, passing the mantle. Today we're going to talk about having non-members in your rehearsal, dance rehearsal, or even at your dance in school. How many of you do that? How many of you know someone, a dance ministry leader or a dance studio owner, who allow non-members or non-students to be in their rehearsals or in their classes while instruction is taking place? How many of you know that? Know people like that? Well, there are some dance ministry leaders who allow non-members to sit in their rehearsals at the church. We're going to talk about the ministry leaders and we're going to talk about the school. And then there are those dance ministry leaders who do not allow others to sit in their dance rehearsals. I'm one of those people. Okay. I'm like, Morton, get the stepping. You don't have nothing to do with this class. You don't have nothing to do with this rehearsal. Get the stepping. I'm just playing, but I'm serious. But I don't tell them to get the stepping. Like Martin does, but I feel the same way. So some dance ministry leaders allow parents to sit in the dance rehearsals. They allow friends. They allow siblings. They allow other family members, grandmothers, grandfathers, cousins, boyfriends, girlfriends to sit in the dance rehearsal while rehearsal is taking place. Now, and then there are those who are like me and maybe potential rehearse members. And then there are dance ministry leaders like I am. I'm a leader who uh does not allow, never did, never will allow non-members to sit in rehearsal. Why? Why should you? Okay. Why I will not allow, and many other dance ministry leaders, such as myself, will not allow dance ministry non-dance members to sit in rehearsal, mainly because you're a distraction. Many individuals are distractions. So, for example, for children, if you have a dance rehearsal for your children or little kids, and their parents or grandparents are sitting in the rehearsal, little children tend to act babyfied. They really do. They go talking, they get out of formation while they practicing. There's teachers trying to show them something, going over choreography or technique, whatever it may be. They will go just get out of formation, out of line, out of their position, and go walking to their mom or walking to their dad or walking to their grandmother, whining about something, and just out of formation. And the parent is just there, and then or the grandparent, and they're just there and catering to the child. But when the parent or grandparent is not in the classroom or rehearsal, that child is a big girl or a big boy. They act like a big girl or a big boy. So they're distractions. Children know that, hey, I can act like a baby. I'm a baby and I can do this and have my mom or my daddy or my grandmother do whatever and entertain me, as opposed to me rehearsing. I don't have to do it because they're here and I could go to them and talk to them and whine. Okay, so parents are distractions, grandparents are distractions. And in addition to that, parents and grandparents tend to be more focused and more biased on their individual child when rehearsal is taking place, even as in the dancing school in the class setting. The parent or grandparent tends to pay attention to that child even more and may be curious and ask the teacher or the instructor later on, if not at that time, why is she in the back? Why is she not on the first row? Why is she not on the second row? Why is she way in the back? Why is she way over in the corner in the back? All right, no, those questions should not be asked. That's why they should not be in the rehearsal. Some parents or grandparents, they'll more focus on their child and um, just distracting the instructors to pointing things out like look at her or tell her fix her shirt or it's just interrupting. Parents and other people, individuals often tend to interrupt the instruction in the classroom or rehearsal in the dance rehearsal at the church or wherever the dance rehearsal is taking place. There's always distraction, and in addition to that, individuals, non-members who is just sitting there watching and spectating, they tend to have to get up and go to the restroom, use the phone. They're constantly getting up, leaving, coming back, opening doors, closing doors, going to the bathroom, going outside, going to their car, dropping their keys if they in the room, dropping something, just making noise. And if that individual parent or extra person, family member, friend, boyfriend, and they're with someone else and maybe another minor child, and they're babysitting someone else's child or even their own child in the dance rehearsal or in that particular classroom setting, and that little child is running all over the place, and is that person who's watching that child, the non-member who's watching that child, is like, come here, more noise. No, get out. It's more noise. It's too noisy. And then you have when dancers have boyfriends or girlfriends or best friends or siblings in the rehearsal just watch it, they tend to be maybe they can go either two ways. They can be a little more silly, acting really silly, not taking it seriously, the dance rehearsal seriously or the class seriously. They're acting really silly, or they can just go the opposite direction and tend to show off, just overdo stuff, just try to stand out. It's like, this is not you. Calm down, little one. Just calm down, baby. Calm down. So people tend to do certain things when they're being watched by someone outside of the ministry. And also, if they don't do too much, they're not taking it seriously, or they do too much showing off, they tend to do very little. It's like they're shy, they become shy. It's like, that kind of thing. It's like, I don't want to do it. I know it rehearsal. They're just kind of really lackadaisical with their movements. So a lot of personalities and the productivity often changes when you have guests in the room that shouldn't even be there, and they're there the entire time. So that's why I don't allow non-members to be in rehearsal. And same thing I know with dance classes when I was teaching at a school, Praise and Motion Dance Academy here in New Orleans. And that was one of our things that we didn't allow anyway. That definitely wasn't the dance owner, studio owner didn't allow that, and we were in agreement because non-members can be a distraction, as I just mentioned earlier. And so, and with that, let me see, there was something else I mentioned that crossed my mind. I totally forgot. As far as productivity goes, hold on a second. Mm, 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 mm. Oh my God. Gosh, I lost my train of thought. How about that? Um, Friends, best friends, other than lacking focus, not seriously known to less. I can't believe this. I lost my train of thought. I'm gonna have to slice this, okay, and put it together. Um, okay, this is what I wanted to say. And so, potential. Now, what I would do is, non-members, I've had this asked of me as a dance ministry leader in Atlanta. I've had this asked of me of potential members, those who joined the church recently, and they were interested in joining the ministry. So, or, and I've also had someone who were visiting the church often, and they were considering joining a church as well as joining a dance ministry after joining the church. So those two groups of people I've had, and not that many, but I had those two groups of people who I allowed to sit in rehearsal only for one night, and I allowed them to sit there for maybe the rest. I gave them the liberty to sit as long as they need to. Um, the entire rehearsal. And rehearsals usually last 2 hours. So before we know it, rehearsal's over. It's time to go home. But I only allow them to sit only once. One rehearsal. You can't. I didn't allow them to come 2, 3, 4, 5 rehearsals. No, you becoming a non-member spectator, and I didn't need that, and I didn't want that, so I didn't allow that. But I did allow potential members to come in to see what we do, to get an idea of how hard we work, how hard I work, everybody, and to see how serious we take the ministry, and just basically to see the flow of things and see basically, again, see what we do, how we do things, our process and our protocol, and whatever that person was able to hear and see at that particular time during that particular rehearsal. So just to give them an idea, that one night is enough. You don't need to come here again just to sit and watch and see the same stuff and hear more stuff. And speaking of hearing and seeing, people tend to talk. So you just never know who knows who. So I don't need, this is just a recommendations and advice, little suggestions for other dance ministry leaders. You just never know who knows who. So as far as having individuals sitting in, listening to your rehearsals, seeing you talk about and discuss certain things, because in rehearsal you tend to discuss things, activities that's going on, invitations that your dance ministry is invited to, or even at the dance at school with the school, or invitations that the school is invited to perform at and dance ministry minister at. And so people hear things and you just never know who they know. They may know other dance ministry leaders at other churches. They may know other dance studio owners, and share with other people. Oh, they're doing this over there. And well, she doesn't do this that way. She doesn't allow this, or they do allow that, or etc. You just never know what, you don't need all that extra stuff. So all that extra information that's taking place in your rehearsals should stay maintained and stay in your rehearsals. Not to say that your own members are not going to go and discuss what was discussed in rehearsal, but you don't need non-members discussing what goes on in your rehearsal or in your dancing classes. So that's another reason why I don't allow, in which I recommend that you not allow non-members to sit in your rehearsals. But again, potential ones, it's okay. Just let them come in for one day, one day rehearsal for 2 hours. If you allow that, if you only tell them you can only sit an hour or you can only sit 30 minutes. That's up to you as a dance ministry leader. But I gave them the liberty. I just tell them you can sit as long as you want, but you're only allowed to sit in this one time. And and of course, I kind of briefed them a little bit and let them know also, in addition to the rehearsals, for those who are interested in joining the church first, I let them know that, hey, you have to join the church in order to join the dance ministry. Before you join the dance ministry, you have to be a member of the church. And then I kind of schooled them on, after you join the dance ministry, that's the protocol. Join the church, join the dance ministry, and you have to attend dance new members classes. Just like after you join the church, you have to attend new members classes for as a new member of the church. Then you join the dance ministry. After you finish your new members classes, you join the dance ministry. And once you join the dance ministry, you have to attend some more new members classes, but as it relates to dance ministry in particular. Now, I don't know if many of you dance ministry leaders have experienced this, but I have several times while in Atlanta. Some non-member church members wanted to minister in dance with the dance ministry. And so I've had a couple of ladies ask me, individuals, they don't know each other, so it was individual times. When they were asked, they came to me and asked if it's okay for them to minister without dance ministry for praise and worship or for a piece. And I let them know that as far as a greatest change in a generation here in Atlanta, this was at that time, you have to be a member of the church in order to minister and dance with the dance ministry. Now, one individual, I got a little crap in my throat. Uh, now one young lady who asked me about this, she mentioned that there are several churches in Atlanta that she wasn't a member of, that she was allowed to minister with their dance ministry at these individual churches. She's not a member. And I told her, well, that's how they do their things, do their thing at those individual churches. But here at Changing the Generation, the protocol is you have to be a member of the church here first in order to be able to participate in any ministry at the church, whether it's the choir, the usher board, the young adult ministry, the dance ministry, the deacon board, whatever ministry you're interested in at the church, you have to be a member of the church first, because you can't just be church hopping and going here and there, and you're a member of many different churches. It's like family. You know, you have you a family member. Okay, you're a sibling of a parent. Yeah, you have a parent. You have siblings. You live in the same household. It's like, okay, you live in this household this week, the next household another week, and another household the following week. No, you know, you only have one family that you became a part of. You're a member of this particular family. So it's the same thing spiritually speaking. Your spiritual family, you have to have one. It's important for us. It was important for us to have one spiritual family. So a change in the generation family. So I don't know if any of you have experienced that, but I have. And so that was our protocol. You have to be a member of the church in order to be a member of the dance ministry and go forth and dance with us. So, non-members, again, I do not recommend having non-members, family, friends, cousins, just associates coming into your rehearsals just to sit and watch and see and hear what you do, all that you do, and how you do things just for the sake of it all, making all that noise that I don't like. Making all that noise, major distractions. No, you don't need it. I don't recommend it. But if you choose to do so, don't be irritated. If somebody is constantly getting up, going to the bathroom, coming back, have a little extra child with them, running all over the place, drawing, dropping stuff, talking loud, playing with their toys, I gotta saying I gotta go to the bathroom while you trying to talk in the instruct. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. You allow it, you have to deal with it. I don't allow it. So therefore I don't have to deal with it. And of course, again, the productivity of your rehearsals are even greater. It spikes up when there are no guests in the room. You need to pay attention to that. If you allow non-members to be in your rehearsal or in your dancing classes at your dancing school where you are an instructor, just pay attention. Just kind of do a guest versus no guest type of situation. Just kind of do a trial and error. Have guests in and watch how your dance ministry members or dance students at the school perform. When you don't have guests, so do it when you have guests, but when you don't have guests, and watch the productivity of your students and of your dance ministry members, and just kind of weigh it out and see. And I guarantee you, you're gonna have more productive rehearsals or class sessions when you do not have non-members, extra people, spectators taking up all that space that you can be kicking in. So when your kicks, leaps, and bounds in the rehearsal, when you're doing warm-up exercises, nobody will be in the way. I guarantee you will notice a big difference between the two when you do that little test. Okay, so again, should non-members sit in your dance rehearsal at your church or at your dance studio in your classroom setting when you're trying to teach? No. But again, if you allow it, so be it. I don't allow it. Only those who may be interested or potential members are allowed and were allowed in my dance rehearsals. Dancing school, when I taught at the dancing school, no, they didn't come. They had to sign up. And then anytime they came, the only time they came in was when it was their first day of class. Other than that, no, there were no spectators for the dances. No, sir, no, ma'am. Okay. All right. So I didn't have much to talk about today, but I hope this was a blessing. I hope this helped someone to think about and reconsider all that extra, people, all those extra people in your room. To me, they're not necessary. And again, you just never know how stuff is going to get out, as far as what you do and how you do things, because some things you want to keep within the family and it needs to stay within the family. So those little house guests, just think about it. Think about it. All right. So again, I hope you've been blessed. Go to the YouTube link. look at the previous videos and enjoy and receive all that I have for you, scriptural references, words of wisdom, tips, and recommendations, like in this one, along with the guests that I've had. They provided wonderful information and scriptures and references and resources. And you can connect with them with praise and worship, dealing with pageantry, dealing with basic ballet, studying your craft, the creativity of creative process of a musician, of a music producer. So you just want to just go back and just kind of learn from it. Take a little notes, get your little notepad and your ink pen, just take a little notey note. I guarantee you'll be blessed. All right, so next week we are going to talk about drum roll, drum roll, implementing activities in your rehearsals as opposed to rehearsals. How to put in, instead of having rehearsals, what other things you can do, the activities, adding activities as opposed to having rehearsals every Tuesday or however often you rehearse on whichever days. I'm gonna have some little ideas that some of you may do and you may not do, but hey, that's why I'm here. Again, if I can help somebody as I travel along, then my living shall not be in vain. Y'all like my little song? All right, let's say le bon temps roulette. Y'all have a great night and y'all be blessed. Bye.